Hello everybody, it's Wolf Hunter 52 back here to make another video for you all. I'm here today dressed, uh, I don't know why. I figured I needed a new cool look. So I brought out my Snazzy Man hat and my sunglasses, so I think this will do really well. The reason I come out here to talk to y'all today, excuse me, there. I've come to talk to you all today about the Evil Dead movies. That's right. And for those of you who are wondering if the Movie Cuban is going to do a review of those movies, possibly. I haven't decided yet. But I just finished watching Evil Dead 2 today, and I'm supposed to watch Army of Darkness with a friend of mine when he gets back. But my God, people were actually afraid of these movies? I mean, I get it. It had a lot of jump scares. It was a little psychological with like the camera zooms, where like you never knew what was coming, but you had a feeling it was like something's freaky, so it always kind of unsettled you. But other than that, there's nothing in these movies to be afraid of. I mean, tree rape? Really? Really, Mr. Raimi? That's what you came up with? You thought of a movie about a Book of the Dead and demons stealing souls and tree rape came to mind? Oh well. I have to say that Bruce Campbell in these films is a treat. Like, this is the holy grail of like bad acting. This makes Christopher Walken look like Morgan Freeman. Just the ridiculousness of Bruce Campbell's his cameos in these movies. And I'll give him a little slack on like the first movie because they tried to be mostly serious for that. But a lot of people say that The Evil Dead 2 was a comedy or a mixture of comedy and horror. But I just don't see that. I feel like from after Evil Dead, that series just gave up on their horror elements. And you can see it. Like, between the special effects and just the terrible, terrible setup of those movies. I mean, there was a scene in the second movie when there were 4 people left in the house, and you started hearing like all these different noises. Like you heard creaking and moaning, and like I think I even heard some like horse galloping at a time. And that's not scary. My God, the first thought I had when I started hearing these noises was, okay guys, who left the special effects soundtrack on again? And it doesn't get any better. Like, it just keeps getting more and more ridiculous. And I feel terrible, because I used to be afraid of these movies. I watched Evil Dead when I was a young teenager, and the movies freaked me out. I even used to be afraid of, in Evil Dead 2, the puppetry of the one woman. But I watched it today and I'm just like, my God, how could I ever have been frightened by these silly, silly movies? And there's still a lot of shit I don't understand. If they burned the majority of the Book of the Dead in the first movie, then why was there still evil shit around? I mean, I get that there were more pages, but those weren't involved with, like, bringing shit back from the dead. That was to, you know, materialize the demon and then to transport him somewhere else. I mean, he played the tape recorder again, which I didn't understand. If you've seen once already that if you play this tape recorder, shit goes wrong, why would you do it again? And you can't tell me he forgot about it. He remembered the cabin in the woods. He even told his girlfriend that in the beginning of the movie. What, did he think he was going to walk in there in the exact same place he was, the exact same tape recorder? He was going to turn it on and it was going to be like the Chords or something? Some Frank Sinatra maybe? No! You've already ascertained that this is a tape of the professor reading the incantation to bring back the demons. So there's no reason for him to have played it again. But I will say that Evil Dead 2 was some of my favorite Bruce Campbell acting ever. And you can tell that that was the comedy aim. Because nothing Bruce does can be taken seriously at all. Now, I look forward to Army of Darkness, but I know it's not going to be anywhere near as like set up as the first two movies were. Because a lot of people have told me flat out, yeah, the first one was horror, and the second one was kind of a horror comedy. But apparently Army of Darkness is just balls to the walls comedy. And I've seen clips of the movie, so I really don't doubt that. But with that being said, I will most likely do a comprehensive review of these three movies when I finish watching Army of Darkness tonight. So look forward to that, Movie Cuban fans. And a lot of you are probably wondering, oh Josh, why now? Why all of a sudden have you busted out a horror movie review? Or why do you plan to bust out a horror movie review? And honestly, I had gotten the request a long time ago to look at some horror movies, but I had wanted to focus on children's movies first, get some good publicity, like get my name out there, But now that we've hit over 1,000 views, and I'm very grateful for that, by the way, I figure why not start looking into other genres? Because you should never rather, limit yourself to one genre. There are gems of movies in every genre. So, I just wanted to come on here, talk a little bit about The Evil Dead, because there are still, like, plot points I don't understand. But, it was a treat. I'll go more into detail about the movies when I've finished Army of Darkness and I actually sit down and analyze the films. Excuse me. So, look forward to that, guys. The review should be out by, tomorrow at the latest. I'm WolfHunter52, also your good friend the Movie Cuban, and thanks for watching.